Hey, Scruffy. Quiet again. So it stopped raining, at least for a while. I thought it was going to rain today, but we just got a little bit of drizzle. And I think it was mostly this morning. So I think the rain is supposed to continue. I think it's supposed to be on and off the next few days. I don't know how much though. As I said, it looked like it was going to rain today, and the forecast was rain, but we actually got very little. It actually cleared up early afternoon. Well, the rain stopped. It was really cloudy. It was really overcast. It looked like it was just going to keep raining, but the forecast said, no, you get a break. Where you going? Scruffy did that the other day. Walked away and meowed. So anyway, this afternoon, the rain forecast said it was going to stop for a few hours and then start again. But it never actually restarted. The wind's picking up, though. So I went out for a run early this afternoon. Figured, since I didn't expect to go out today, figured better take advantage of it because I think it's going to rain tomorrow. But it could be wrong. Could rain, might not rain again tomorrow. Who knows? So I went out yesterday for a run because I knew there was a window where it wasn't going to rain. Because, it was supposed to rain in the evening, and I think the day was okay. So normally, I'm not a fan of doing 2 runs in a row, but it's too wet now to go for a bike ride. I don't want to ride in the mud. And I thought I had a short window this afternoon, so I was worried that the bicycle ride would be too long, and since I usually go into the hills, I was actually looking outside, and it really looked like it was going to rain. The hills were covered in dark clouds as if they were raining, but the forecast said it was not raining. Wow, wind's picking up. Wind chime just went off. So we'll talk about Scruffy's new shelter a little bit. So if you've been watching the past few days, my neighbors gave me a cardboard box that was used to ship meat. So it's basically a kind of a cooler, except it's just designed to be disposable. So it's a little cheaper than a cooler, but it's pretty well insulated. And they said they had a bunch of extra ones. They've actually used one for one of the feral cats that hangs around their house. So he offered me one of the extra boxes for Scruffy. and brought it out a few days ago, and Scruffy seemed to be freaked out by it. It's been acting weird, or was acting weird the next few days. But yesterday, it looked like he was in it. So when I came out for lunch yesterday, I didn't see him, and I didn't think he was in the box, but when I came out, he suddenly appeared as if he was coming out of the box. Unfortunately, since I didn't expect him, I didn't really get the camera positioned quite perfectly to see where he was coming from. But he was definitely coming from that direction, and I think he was probably in the box. I can see it. It looks like, yeah, he's stepping out. So there's 3 possibilities. So one, there's like a crack between the box and another box that's it's supposed to be pressed against it. So they kind of form an L shape. So if Scruffy was skinny enough, he might be able to slip through there. There's like a small little gap because the boxes aren't, one of the boxes isn't perfectly square. So maybe he squeezed through, but I don't think so. I think this gap is too small. Second possibility is, yeah, he was in the box, and that's what I think he was. Third possibility is he was on top of the box. And I didn't consider that too seriously yesterday, but today when I came out for lunch, I didn't see him again, and then when I came out, I could see he was actually on top of the box. And that actually explains a few different things I've been noticing. So yeah, he wasn't in the box today, he was on top of it. And one of the things that has baffled me the past couple days is there's a little towel I draped over the box, and I was trying to, since the box is open on one side, I wanted to try to give it kind of a door, so try to keep a little bit of the heat in when he's inside. And anyway, the past few days I noticed the towel has been moved, as if it was pulled up, and I couldn't figure out how that was happening. But yeah, if Scruffy's been sitting on top of it, yeah, if he pulls hard enough, yeah, he can pull up the towel, no problem. So that explains that. So it is possible that yesterday when I thought he came out of the box, he was actually on top of it. And I kept looking back at the footage, and there's only a couple frames. It's really hard to make out, but I think I see his leg come out, and I think it looks like the towel moves a little bit. And the angle, I think, looks like it's more inside the box than above the box. But yeah, it's really hard to tell for sure. But let's say, yeah, probably more than a 50% chance he was in the box, but yeah, there's still a possibility he was on top of it. But anyway, when I came out today, yeah, he was, as I looked in the box, but yeah, because there's a little blue blanket on top of the table that's draped over, it's hard to see on top of the box from inside the house, and I wasn't expecting him there. And so when I came out, that's when I noticed him. And because I had actually tried looking in the box to see if he was in there, and I couldn't see him. But the towel was low enough that and he could have obstructed my view of him if he was in the box, and especially if he was in the back. So I'm going to get Scruffy's food. Okay, let's get your food. So I have a meaty pate with real ocean whitefish and kibble. But anyway, so yeah, I was thinking, yeah, Scruffy's a weird cat. So give him this nice insulated box to stay warm in, and he sleeps on the top of it. But today was actually much warmer than I thought it would be. I think it's warmer than it's been in the past few days. So even though the weather looked like crap, yeah, it's a little warmer. It might be all the clouds creating like a blanket, keeping the heat in. So yeah, anyway, yeah, I didn't see Scruffy today except at lunch. In the middle of the night, I was trying to peek in the box from the house using a flashlight. Couldn't tell if he was in there or not. The towel's draped over low enough that, yeah, it blocks my view. So I came out, and then that's, yeah, when I discovered he was on top of the box. Hey, Scruffy, we're on top of the box. Why are you on top of the box? To be inside the box. You're a weird cat. You're out of water and kibble. It's gonna rain on and off all day. It's actually warmer than I thought it'd be. That may explain how the towel moved. It's been on top of the box. Yeah, I could see you dragging the towel around. So after Scruffy was done with his lunch, it looked like he was going to jump back on the box. So I saw he tilted his head upwards, and so I got the sense that, yeah, he wanted to jump back up there. But he didn't do that, and I think maybe he hesitated because I was still out here. So I had to go back inside. And then after I went back inside, yeah, he didn't jump up immediately. I left for a few minutes, and then when I came back and peeked out here again, he was on top of the box. So yeah, he did jump up there, and I think he was grooming himself. I didn't film it. He's partly obstructed by the table, so, and I was actually peeking out so he wouldn't see me. I didn't want to get him. I didn't want him to jump down because of my presence. But I did notice that he was positioned in such a way that he was far enough over on the box that I should have been able, if he was there in the same position yesterday, I would have seen him on top of the box with the camera when I came out. And clearly he was not visible with the camera on yesterday's footage. So if he was on the box, he had to be like on the far edge of it. So that's another reason I think he was in the box yesterday. But yeah, today, yeah, he was clearly on top of the box. So I don't know. I might have to get that straw to cement the deal for him to actually use the inside of it. I've also been thinking about refolding the thermal blanket. So the thermal blanket's too big for the box. So originally I folded it, or I basically pushed it in there, and then let the thermal blanket kind of crawl up the sides of the walls of the box. And then when Scruffy didn't seem to go in there, I decided maybe it's a little too creepy looking because it looks like the flaps are going to fall on top of him, which he might not like. So then I refolded it, so I tried to tuck the blanket under itself, so it would just, it's almost like a cushion now. But one of the problems with it is it's up kind of high because the blanket's actually kind of thick. And I don't know, maybe that's also unappealing. I'm not sure. He's never really liked the thermal blanket. He's always kind of avoided it. I think if I get the straw, I have to debate whether I want to keep the blanket in there or just take it out completely. I know, just, scientifically speaking, the thermal blanket should keep him very warm. So I'd hate to get rid of it just because, if he's in the box, it should heat him up pretty well. It should reflect all his heat back at him. So I didn't fold the blanket very neatly, so the blanket has the reflective side and then just kind of a boring bottom side, and I doubt the boring bottom side is reflective. And I was trying to fold it in such a way that the reflective side was completely on top, and then the boring side was tucked under, but I didn't fold it quite perfectly. And there's actually a bunch in the back where the underside's actually exposed. So I've also been thinking about refolding it a little better. I was actually thinking maybe I should just didn't bother folding, or don't fold it completely since it's up so high, but let the blanket come out of the box, so I don't have to fold as much. And then since I have the towel draped over it, be like a welcome carpet almost, with the thermal blanket rolling out. And then if I do put hay in there, or sorry, straw, if it gets kicked out, it'll still be on some of the blanket if it stays on the blanket. But yeah, for tonight I'm not going to do much. I think I'll just reset the towel that's draped over. It looks like Scruffy. Yeah, actually looks okay. So actually, yeah, it looks okay. I thought, yeah, you can see it's pulled up on the edge on the side a little bit, but overall though it's drooped down. It's hanging down about right. I was thinking I'll just try to reset that a little bit, clean that up a little. So thinking if the wind does pick up tonight, you may want to use it because, if the towel's draped over it, it should block the wind. I'm hoping that being under the table and facing away from the outside, you shouldn't be getting much wind under there at all to begin with. But air currents are a little hard to predict sometimes. So let's see. On my run yesterday, I saw a couple cats. Oh, Scruffy's done. So I saw one of the twins, the black and white cat. The white part is the bib under the neck. It was on the far end, so it was the far end twin. I got a closer look. So he was up on the curb in a little grassy area, and he was looking straight down, so I think he was looking straight down into a squirrel hole. But one thing I was checking for was the blackness of the fur, because I noticed one of the cats I've been looking at recently, one of the twins I think, has been kind of an off black, and I've been confused because I thought it was a pure black, and I wasn't sure, maybe I'm seeing a different cat, or maybe one of the twins is off black and the other one isn't. And anyway, so yeah, this cat was on the far end and was pure black. And I did get a close look. So yeah, the other possibility was just sometimes I can't get that close, and so just because of the lighting and whatever, maybe it looks off white or off black. But I got, I think, a reasonably good view. I wasn't like up next to it, but it was. I'm pretty confident my view is good enough, and it was. I guess yeah, we didn't have any sun, but there's a lot of ambient light, so I'm yeah, I don't think the lighting was an issue. But I thought there was one time where I thought that one of the twins was on the far end and it looked off black. So I don't know. Maybe they both hang out there. So I thought they usually keep their distance from each other. So like one's on one side of the park and the other one's on the other side. But I don't know. Maybe they move around. Share territory. So I think script is done. So let's see where he goes. I'll just clean up or fix his towel and then head in. See which way he goes. So he's going this way. Okay, folks. Thanks for watching. See you next time.